Good morning. This is Ashwini here from Talwalkar's Better Value Fitness Limited. Today, we present to you a webinar on tips to lose weight this new year. This interesting, informative webinar will surely do wonders, but for the same, you need to hear me out completely and ask any queries that you have at the end of the webinar during the question and answer session. So here we go. First and foremost, let me ask you a simple question. Where are we actually now in 2012 calendar year? It's the last week or nearly the last weekend of 2012, a year which might have started with loads of resolution. And now we are all set to welcome 2013, a new year which is coming and is just round the corner. A year that will bring in lots of new things. For some, it could be a start for something fresh and for betterment. It also brings in hope and cheer, and not to forget with it a long string of to-dos or resolutions as we call them. So, is this the year that you're looking at for a change? 2013, a promise for a betterment, maybe in terms of your health or other things. Countless people make every year some New Year's resolution. But then, how many of them actually work on resolutions to get them fulfilled? So what do? Should we just give up? Should we stop doing resolutions just because we are not able to stick to it? Absolutely not. The fact that you are making a resolution is a good sign. And the secret to achieve success here is persistence. Persistence because that's what always pays. Let us take this time resolve to make our resolution a success. Now, succeeding in your resolution would depend on two things: a desire to succeed and persistently work on your goals and keep on working till you succeed. As we are aware, there are many resolutions. Let's take a look at the resolutions which are normally at the top. For many people, losing weight is the topmost or a priority. This is seen not only nationally but internationally as well, because everyone wants to be healthy. The second, what we have generally seen is everyone works towards improving financial condition, which is good. So that means we need to plan our finances well. The third, which should be, and it should actually be encouraged, is to quit smoking or reduce smoking. We all have seen nowadays a rise in cases due to lung cancer and various hazards of secondary smoking. So this should really be encouraged, and I think we all need to be very vocal about the same. The next would be to be physically more fit. That would again contribute to our weight loss. The fifth normally seen is change of career or a job for enhancement. Everyone wants to grow, and growth is what is there in life which helps us improve things. So definitely career enhancement for betterment is always encouraged. Then spending quality time with family to improve relations. Improving health, again in agenda, is basically preventive health is what we have seen. People want to be free from any lifestyle diseases. Then is continuing education. This is just not for, just for career enhancement. This is basically to enrich your own life quality. Then would be improving your work habits and career situation, which is good and will help you grow in any organization. Again, the last and not the least would be improving your relationship with your friends, co-workers, neighbors. In today's modern lifestyle, we hardly have a chance to know our neighbors, or we hardly get time to spend with our friends. Even at work, we might be there for 8 to 10 hours, but do we really know our people? So make a resolution this year to know your people, because our colleagues, our friends are the ones who will help us in the long way, and they will help us improve the environment of work or at home or our neighborhood. Phew, that's a long list. So, in this long list, what is your resolution this year? The fact that you are listening to the webinar itself shows that somewhere being healthy is on your mind, and that's absolutely awesome. Let me share with you today how to make the most of the popular resolution of losing weight, which can also be most challenging one. Ha. So, do you all agree that weight loss is important? Would you want to lose weight this new year? And why would that be? Keeping body weight under control and maintaining a healthy weight can help prevent a lot of lifestyle diseases, especially something like diabetes, wherein India is leading these days. Yeah, so I'm sure being away from all this lifestyle diseases would be certainly there on your mind. Basically, when you talk about weight, it is just not the ill effects of being overweight, it also affects confidence levels and body image. So, what do? We should definitely start looking at weight loss. The best part about losing weight is it is all your effort. Unless you initiate it, it will not get started. So once you decide, I want to do it, I can do it, it will definitely happen. So where do we start now? Is losing weight only about cutting on food? No, not at all. Is losing weight only about exercising? Absolutely not. So let's understand what weight loss is all about. Weight loss basically is very simple. It is not at all difficult. It's basically an equation that once you understand is easy to implement in life. Let's understand the reverse situation first. How does weight gain actually happen? Weight gain happens when we eat more calories than what we burn. Similarly, if you take the reverse thing, weight loss will happen if you burn more calories than you consume. Simple, right? Yes or no? Okay folks, let's see. Achieving weight loss is an act, I would say, simplified with the tips that I'm going to share with you today. So let us look at our strategies to have achieved weight loss in 2013, a promise that you should make to yourself. So let's begin. Now how do we achieve weight loss? First and foremost strategy would be set a realistic goal. Now when I mean realistic goal, it is something that you must understand at a very primary level. First, try and understand the weight gain that has happened to you over a period of time. Did you gain all those 10 kgs in last 1 or 2 months? No. Or if you have even gained somewhere like 15 or 8 or 5 kg, it is not that you have done it over a month's time, right? It has been over a period time. So understand the same would be applicable when you are going to lose weight. Yes, weight gain has happened unknowingly because there were certain things which you were not aware of. And now when you're on the program, we are going to give you tips and you would also be educating yourself, which will help you lose weight at the right space and maintain it too. To lose weight, now you should always look at something which is reasonable. It should not be in over enthusiasm that you take up a target, because if you don't fulfill it, then that would lead to a failure, which I'm sure is not liked by anyone. All of us want to succeed and love to succeed. Second, when you're losing weight, take a target, put a real target somewhere like approximately a kg per week, which is easy to achieve. Also understand, when you are on a weight loss, your weight might fluctuate. Now that shouldn't be like a dent in your, progress. You should rather take it very positive and take it as a welcome sign that your body is responding to the program, that your body is going on a right track. You, I'm sure, don't want to lose weight drastically and then put on double or feel weak and have hair loss, right? So that is not what we are aiming at. So have small goals, achievable goals, write down your goals. The minute you write down your goals, they become like a target for you. It is you who are going to do it. It is you who have decided the target. So it is you who are going to start taking steps to achieve it. The more realistic you are going to be about it, the more real progress is what you will see in the course of time. When you set goals, always set goals that are attainable. Break your goals on a weekly basis. Rather than putting it ki I want to lose maybe 10 kgs in this 2013, break your goals on a weekly basis. The whole idea is Having achieved small goals will make you more confident and more positive and will help you stick to your weight loss plan. Write the goals down and start with a target date. Unless you put down a target date, it would be difficult for you to achieve. Feel the pleasure, imagine and visualize yourself, how you would look at yourself when you have lost those kgs. That itself is going to be a big motivation for you. This will also help you to build confidence that you want to do it. Second, when we talk about the goals, remember, and when you write down them, brainstorm all your goals onto a piece of paper. Then list them down and put it on a sheet. Put it where you would see it at an eye level constantly, which will remind you. It's a form of, hitting it back to you time and again, so you're aligned on your goal of losing weight. Normally, I would suggest you to put it on the refrigerator door or the kitchen cabinets, which are like a place where you normally visit when you go in the kitchen to look out for food. So even if you are tempted to sneak in something, the target which you have set is surely going to remind you to follow your meal plan. Okay, so another thing apart from the goal sheet is refer to your goals daily, and mentally you must say that I have to achieve my target. This is again a small motivational behavior which will help you stick to your plan. Now, when you decide your goals, when you have put them on the target, start. How would you get started? Remember, start very small, something which is very easy to follow. Maybe something like drinking just, if you're normally taking say 4 to 5 glasses of water, start from now taking like 10 glasses of water. Now obviously you cannot jump up to 10. So maybe you can put it as week 1. That is, at the end of 1 week you will achieve your goal of having 10 glasses of water. Doesn't that sound simple? I'm sure you agree to that. Now let's say week 2. Maybe week 2 could be taking the steps at work instead of elevator. But God forbid, if your office is on 10th floor, immediately you can't jump up that much, right? So what do? Maybe day 1, start by climbing 2 floors. Then the rest you can take a elevator. Similarly, start putting up on a daily basis, and at the end of the week when you achieve your target, feel the happiness. That's really going to be your biggest motivator. Week 3, maybe you can switch to fruits or roasted snacks or nuts as a snack time. Generally, during weight loss, we have seen the time that where we, slip from eating healthy is during the evening time. That is post your work, before you hit home, before the dinner time, the gap that is there between the lunch and dinner time. So there, maybe you can start carrying a fruit or a roasted snack with you, which you can have on the way. So it doesn't consume time, and also when you're hungry, there is some healthy option with you which you can indulge in. Week 4, we can start with week 4 is, once you know what you have to eat, try and eliminate fried foods. Or you can even have an easier goal of maybe try and eliminate processed food. Nowadays, if you actually sit back and reflect, there is so much processed food which is there in our diet. Earlier, we used to have fresh homemade stuff, but nowadays processed food is on the higher side. So maybe we can work on that. Week 5 option, what I would suggest is to start including salad with each of your meal. Because salads is something that I've usually seen in my career people don't look up to. But trust me, if you can just be a little innovative and put in some ideas, you can make salads really a very happening thing. Second thing while achieving weight loss in 2013 is, I would suggest develop an exercise program. Because only working on eating pattern will give you results but could take longer. However, developing an exercise program would help you much better. Now, when we talk about developing an exercise program, it's not that you have to just start going and hitting the gym at 45 minutes every day, high pitch exercise. No, not at all. Choose an activity that you enjoy. Don't be afraid to try something new, something that would interest you, and would challenge your fitness levels. Something that will keep you easily motivated and something that's easy to follow and where you can look forward. To begin with, suppose you have never exercised ever. You can at least start with 20 minutes of walk. Maybe start it 3 days a week. It doesn't mean that today if I decide every day I'm going to do it for 45 minutes, high intensity. No, not at all. Instead, I would rather encourage all of you. You start with 20 minutes of exercises 3 times a day. Gradually, as you're okay with it, increase another activity or increase one more day. As I had mentioned earlier, do this similarly for your weekly plans, which will make you feel good. Once you're good with this, you have fine, developed a discipline, go and maybe enroll in a reputed health club facility. Take the help of the trainers there who can guide you better, who can motivate you to be regular, and again will help you stick to your plan. Also, important in this is when you are starting an exercise program, you need to develop a schedule and you have to put a start date to it. If you decide that you want to start walking, decide also on the distance that you're planning to cover, because once you start doing it, every day stretch yourself a little more, or every week would be rather advisable. Now, when you are used to a particular exercise, you might start losing interest. So what do? I would suggest you add variations. Maybe one day you're going in for a walk, the next day you can do some stretches, some yoga, maybe you can do spot marching, spot jogging. There's so many things that you can actually add. As I said, it's you who have to do it, so you have to start it. Now, exercising also, once you set up the space, once you're doing it, start doing it extra. Every week start putting in extra 15 minutes. Stick to it, and those 15 minutes are very crucial because that's what's going to add to your total workout time and will help you burn calories. The third thing is never delay. Now, if you decide that on Jan 1st I need to start with 2013, first actually think back, is it going to be possible? Yes, then get it started there and then. Maybe whatever, even for 10 minutes, 15 minutes, whatever you can do that day, start. Because you have to start it that time. It is always start now or never. Because if you keep on delaying, it will get always delay. Don't fall into the trap that I will start tomorrow, I will start next week, because as we know, tomorrow never comes. So avoid that. Put a definite goal and get started. Secondly, I would suggest you to maintain a diary. Now, why is this so important? You would think in my daily time, there is no time to put or documentate everything. Nowadays, we all have smartphones. We have simple things. You can just put on a piece of paper and then pin it together. This diary will help you assess your own progress. You will be your own teacher, your guide, where you're writing down what you have achieved, what was your intake, how did you feel. When you write the sense of feeling, the sense of achievement that you felt after following a particular thing, it's absolutely amazing. A diary of daily activity pattern and a record for following what you have decided would help you reflect and give you a sense of achievement. The next, another and the most important thing I feel is, and I think I'm sure you will agree, seek support. Support in terms of family, friend, colleagues, because this would not only help you to stick to your routine, it would also encourage people to get into a fitness routine. They could start by doing some things with you which will help them and increase the tempo of activity, and there would be a general feeling of goodwill. According to a fitness study, 70% of the respondents said that when they add some partner in their exercise programs, they feel committed, and always they have been able to achieve their goals to 90%. So isn't that great? So decide who you want to get started on a healthier note this new year. Tell your friends and family what you want to accomplish and tell them how they can help you. Sharing your goals with others will probably make you more dedicated to achieve them. Who knows, maybe you will find a weight loss buddy among your peers who will want to join your journey to weight loss. And as I always feel, the more it's always merrier and more of us will always be motivated. So, have you all started thinking mentally and taking the limbs of people who you want to see healthy and happy this new year? Great. Let's see what else can we do to achieve our weight loss. Yes, here comes the main thing. Steer clear of temptations. Because this is one area which is like, it is totally in your hands. Check your kitchen, remove all high caloric food from your refrigerator, from your cabinets. This includes all snack foods such as cakes, the New Year pies which might have come in, cookies, chips, sugars, aerated beverages, or empty calories. Anything that might be a hindrance on your weight loss goal. This step is very crucial since the temptation to cheat will be 10 times more if foods like this are around you. When you know there is something in the cupboard, you might just think, let me have a piece of it. But we don't want to do that. So before we push into 2013, I would request you all to go in your refrigerator, in your storage areas and remove all this high caloric stuff. If you don't remove it, then there's going to be a dive head first into the cookie jar or maybe those chocolates when you feel a little hungry. It's always, it gives you a feeling of contentment, but trust me, if they are not around and there is a fruit on hand, you would rather eat that, right? So what I would suggest is remove all this and pack your fridge and the cabinets with fresh fruits. You can have raw vegetables like cucumbers, carrots. You can actually wash this, chop them and keep them in Ziploc bags or containers which you can easily open, carry to work, whatever. You should also start storing in some tasty snacks like roasted sprouts. Nowadays we get a lot of variety of this stuff. You can keep some nuts. You can have sugar-free yogurts or sugar-free, for a change. And also, yes, important is keep bottled water ready at home. Sometimes you might be thirsty, but we might just skip it. But having those bottles around is a reminder for taking in or increasing your water consumption. Next, a very important thing is active lifestyle. You need to increase activity in your daily pattern. Now, how do we do this? Whether we are at office or at home or we are traveling somewhere, we can always try to, as we said earlier, take the elevator. We can park our vehicle at an extra block away from the office and walk that way. All these small things will help you in the long run. Not only it will help you be active, but you will also help to feel fresh with the breeze. Yeah, I understand there is some pollution, but if you're early bird, then I'm sure you can be away from that. Second is break your negative habits. One, the topmost would be smoking. Those who are smoking, you should actually be aware of the hazards and try and keep it up totally, or try taking active measures at least to reduce it, because not only they damage your own blood vessels, but also people who don't smoke, because they get in contact with the second-hand smoke. Second is drinking. Now, drinking in moderation is fine, but overdoing is not good. It definitely adds plenty of calories. Every ml of liquor gives you around 7 calories, which is higher than even sugar. And imagine, we are always worried about sugar in the diet, but people who actually take drinks, they don't think about it at all. So what I would suggest is, whenever you are outside, when you're socializing, if you're going to have a drink, eat something and leave your home. Also, take a smaller peck, substitute it with some other beverage, sip for longer time, and try and avoid fried food along with it, because the accompanies is what is going to add more calories. Increase intake of salad along with it, or sprouts, which would be like storehouse of nutrients, which would also help you strengthen your immune system. Now, when we are talking about all this, remember, you need to relax as well. When you're on your goals of weight loss, when you're feeling healthier, there is increased physical activity, there is a better diet, I'm sure you will be able to manage stress at work, home, whatever. If you're still struggling, then maybe you can take up a hobby, cultivate a hobby, something that you always wanted to do. Maybe some of you like swimming, so you can take up swimming. Apart from it being an overall, if it's a hobby for you, it is also at the same time a great calorie burner. Even for that matter, those who like to relax can read a book, sit quietly, and give time to yourself. This would really be very important. Another thing what you can look is, when we were talking about improving relations, you can also play with kids, play with your friends, you can indulge in games which you have never done or which we used to do as children. That helps you to do a lot of bonding with people. And last but not least, try in some breathing exercises. If it is not possible to get into a class for yoga, you can start doing it at home. There is nothing that's required, right? You just need to sit yourself in a noise-free area. You can put some soothing music and breathe. Breathe for at least 10 minutes and see how divine you feel. And start increasing 5 minutes, at least take it 20 minutes a day. And you will see the benefits that you will reap as you go through it on a daily basis. Apart from this, the most important thing that we need to work upon is portion control. Now, when we talk about weight loss, in the process of weight loss, once you understand the portion control, your half battle is won. We need to work on portion size, basically. For this, a simple way is, whenever you are eating a meal, try to use a smaller plate, which will help you indirectly reduce your caloric intake. Another tip would be, serve your food in appropriate portion amounts and don't go back for seconds. Whatever is remaining, you can either freeze it or keep it away from you, and whenever you sit and eat, don't sit in front of television. It's something which is very common, but I'm sure most people ignore it or we forget about it. Another thing is, when you're out at restaurants, you can ask for a smaller portion, or whenever it is served, immediately remove the portion that is not required and put it in a doggy bag. Maybe you can give it to someone needy. While shopping also, remembering portion size is very important. Most of the times we pick up mini snacks. We don't look at the calorie thinking it is mini, it's fine for us, but usually they might be loaded with calories. So be careful, check the nutritional labels and accordingly buy. Apart from that, choose to buy, even if you buy a larger pack, once you're back at home, you remove individual portions and store it in Ziploc bags for easier management. In this way, though you will take out some time, but trust me, it will help you save a lot of the calories that you might gain due to unhealthy choice. Now, when we are doing here about weight loss, one thing which we have most commonly seen is people often forget to drink water. As we were saying earlier, let one of your goals be drinking 8 to 10 glasses of water in a week. Why was it? Because remember, our body is major portion is water. Water is required for all metabolic activities. Body can often mistake dehydration for hunger. Keeping your body hydrated with at least 2 liters of liquid a day will keep you off from the snacking urges. You don't have to limit yourself to only water. You can also include something like herbal tea without sugar. You can have a sparkling glass of water with lime, So even that would be a nice option. But keeping hydrated is important, especially when you're going to start your exercises. Carry a sipper with you. Keep on sipping intermittently. You shouldn't gulp, but you need to sip. Water helps process proteins which are needed for muscle repair. It also cools and hydrates body during a fitness workout. The temptation also to enjoy unhealthy snacks can be often avoided if body is properly hydrated. Water is not only filling, but hydration itself can remove all the hunger pangs. But just by drinking 1 glass of water, you can be away from an unhealthy snack, and what a better way than enjoy a calorie-free drink, isn't it? So, this is one thing about water. So I hope this year your first resolution weekly, which can be easily achieved, should be like consuming 8 to 10 glasses by the weekend. Yeah. Now, the last and important is measuring yourself in terms of what is that we have done. when we started the program, where were we and where we have reached. Assessment of your efforts and feeling the pleasure in having achieved the target set will not only help you to refocus, it will also help you to re-strategize where we are lacking. Once you are over there, you know how to reward yourself. Say even on your target sheet, wherever you have written goal 1 was this, put a star and see how happy you might feel, just as a child might feel. And the happiness would be your motivator. So stick to it and keep on following stuff which we discussed during our strategies for losing weight. I'm sure another thing you would want to know is what are the options or what you should actually take in terms of meal. It is very simple, I would like to share with you. Most of the times when we talk about healthy eating, people think it's just for basically, it shouldn't be tasty or something. It's not like that. Even your normal meals, let's take breakfast. If you're normally having a sandwich, you can replace the white bread with whole wheat or multigrain bread. With that, you can have something like a paneer stuffing along with vegetables, and along with that, if you take non-veg, you can have chicken or you can have egg white. So this gives you a nice good combination of complex carbs. It gives you protein, it gives you fiber, and along with that, you can have a glass of milk and a fruit. That would just complete it. If you don't have time, you can just pack this and you can have it on your way to work. So breakfast would be important meal, so need to plan it well. Most of us might have idli or something like poha. Even in this normally you can just make changes by adding chopped vegetables, which would give you fiber. In place, when we are taking upma, why not add some soya granules? They would taste nice. It would give you protein carb combination again. You can even add some paneer, which is homemade, local, or from toned milk, which would again give you a carb and protein, which would keep you fuller for a longer time, and it would really help you to feel good because you would energize your body after the long fast in the night, right? Normally dinner is a time where we tend to go a little wrong, so here you can try and be a little lighter on your meals. Maybe you can fill your stomach with a soup, salad, and then proceed to meals. Now apart from this, I would also like to tell you one thing is, whenever you follow these tips, see what is suiting you. Something that you're not liking, don't just follow it, because then you will not do it permanently. All these changes, you need to do it till you achieve your goal, and every goal that you achieve would be like a feather in your cap. While rewarding, also when we mentioned about rewards, don't reward yourself with food, because then you'll have to work harder to burn those calories. Rather, reward yourself something with like a TerraBand or a medicine band or a step tracker, which will help you track your calories, which will help you stick to your fitness goals, and you can see yourself slimmer, smarter at the end of 2013. So the key to creating a successful weight loss resolution is knowing how to do it, which we just discussed. So with all this discussion that we had, I'm sure your new year is going to be filled with resolution for weight loss at the top. And now, since you know how to do it, just have the attitude of doing it. With this, we come to an end of our webinar. I hope you liked it and it's useful for you. And now let's begin with our question and answer sessions. Okay, there is a question here. How do I lose weight from my lower ab? Now, let me answer that. The process of losing weight is the same. It is not that you would target a particular area. When we talk about weight loss, it would be overall weight. Right? Once you start the weight loss, it's going to be a gradual process. See, when we gain weight, it's not that we first gain on this area or that area. It piles on slowly. Similarly, when you start burning fat, it's going to be slow process. It will take time for you to identify your areas, and once you're exercising, we can work more on a problem area so you can get good results. Is there any diet like a fat burn diet? Unfortunately, no. There is nothing like a fat burn diet. I'm sure many people would love to have such kind of diets, but no. The key to lifetime weight loss is understanding your calories and trying to burn more than what you are consuming. Yeah. Okay, Mr. Abhishek is asking how to avoid snappy hours in the office time when I feel the exercise made me tired on the day. Okay, now this is very interesting. An exercise schedule actually should not make you tired, Abhishek, because when we talk about exercise, it's improving blood circulation, improving oxygen in the body. So, either you have not hydrated yourself very well, that could be one of the reason, or maybe you have not had your meal or skipped some meal. Because remember, even when you are exercising, it's going to cause a calorie burn, right? So you need to take a meal before that and later also. So start doing that and start sipping during exercises and see how it helps you. Now Saurabh is asking, I don't have breakfast. What should be included in a healthy breakfast? Saurabh, if you're not having breakfast, and now since you're saying what should be included, I'm sure you want to start eating healthy. There are many options. As we discussed about a sandwich earlier, you can also have whatever normally you eat. Try and avoid basically taking only one type of nutrient. Example, suppose if you are taking idli along with that you need to take in maybe sambar with vegetables. You can avoid chutney if it's totally of coconut, because that would add more calories. It's not that it's bad, but as you're starting a day healthy, let's start on a healthier note. You can even take something like vegetable upma or vegetable oats, which are very healthy, and top it with a fruit and a milk or a curd, whatever you like. Now Mr. Raj Kumar Jha is asking a question: what should be the first reaction of counselor when he or she meets a prospect who needs a weight loss? Okay, that's very interesting, Mr. Jha. See, when a prospect has come to understand weight loss, the counselor should come across as someone who is very helpful, is understanding the need of the prospect for weight loss. We should be very sensitive at this point. We should make the prospect feel very comfortable, sit with them, understand what exactly they are looking, understand the reason why they have visited us for weight loss, and accordingly give into solutions for the needs that they are looking. That should, I think, answer your question. Now Mr. Rishi Falke is asking what changes in diet should be done. Now Rishi, changes in diet basically would depend from person to person, but yes, at the same time, a very simple thing what you can start doing is, when you do your analysis of the diet that you're taking, check how much of processed foods are there, if we can eliminate them. Second, check about the fried food or outside meals which are there, if it can be replaced with a substitute of homemade or a healthy natural food which are high in fiber or low in fat. See what changes are possible from your side. Example I'll give you. Suppose in the evening, if you're tempted to have something fried snacks, instead of that, then what can you do? Maybe you can have something like boiled sprouts or boiled chana, which is made into kind like a mix with adding onion, tomatoes and carrot grated with little lime and spices. It's very tasty, and you can in fact carry this also. So the basic thing would be this. Second is, start including fiber in your diet, because the health benefits are numerous, and there is fiber is something that will really help you to give you satiety and give you the benefits. So that can be done in form of adding more vegetables. Something as simple as, suppose if we are taking a normal idli, maybe you can add a puree of palak. There would be something innovative, different and easy addition of fiber which you would not even realize. Another question here we have from Namrata Dhingra is, she was at Pinkathon and she saw a stall of Reduce. She wants to know how is Reduce beneficial for someone who wants to lose weight. Namrata, first of all, thank you for noticing Reduce. Reduce is basically a program that is meant for weight loss. Weight loss in a complete easy solution. Here, basically what the whole idea is, taking into today's lifestyle where people don't have time, to make things, who are always busy. Here, Reduce comes across an option which will save you from all the hassles of cooking separately. It is basically an option or maybe a complete solution, as I'm saying, wherein we provide you 3 meals in a day, which are easy, anytime, anywhere you can have. They are real foods. Something, or example, I'll tell you, like upma, porridge, there is rasam rice, there is pulao, there are cookies, something that we normally eat. The whole idea is we are giving you it in a ready to eat thing, so it cuts down on the time that you have to spend for cooking. It cuts down on the thinking process that how many calories is there, fiber, is this good, because here that would be taken care of. Okay, and here again it comes in a fixed portion control. So again, as we had said earlier, half the battle is won when we work on portion control. So Reduce would help you, giving you satiety. It would help you with portion control. It would make your lifestyle easier. Plus it doesn't call for too many changes. Yeah, I would request you to go on our web page and find more information on Reduce. You can even register for us on our website for Reduce, where we can call you back and give you more information. We have here Supriya, who's asking, is rice bad for losing weight? Okay, Supriya, that's a good question. Supriya, no food is, bad or good. Basically, it is the quantity that we take which is determined, what kind of effect would we have. Now, when we talk about rice, for many people, rice is a staple diet, right? Now, about rice, it is basically a carbohydrate. It gives you calories. So if you're taking rice, or if you are a rice lover, you can try and substitute rice with something like parboiled rice. It has more of B complexes compared to a white plain rice. You can substitute it with brown rice. It has more fiber, which gives you more satiety, and also working on portion. If rice you think is adding calories, it's not due to rice. Any grain, suppose let's assume 30 grams of rice or 30 grams of wheat would give you approximately 100 calories. So it's not the rice that is bad, it is the way we cook it. Like suppose if you make it into something like pulao with lot of oil or ghee, so that is going to add on the calories. But if you're going to take a cup of steamed rice, that's okay. You can do one more thing, is try add more vegetables to it. You can add something like chopped carrot, beans. You can add something like palak puree to it. You can add it with soya granules. So you can make it healthy. Just avoid the oil, and that's it. There you are. It is not bad. I wouldn't say, it's only the quantity that you have to work upon. Padma Lakshmi is asking, what is advisable calories to burn? Whether I work out on 20 minutes treadmill or 20 minutes cycling or 15 minutes EFX alternating. Padma Lakshmi, see, when you're talking about calorie burns, whether it is not always the minutes that would matter, whether you're on a treadmill or cycling. On a treadmill, if you see, we have different options. There is incline. So even that, with what you're selecting, the mode is going to be important. If you're working in a gym, you can ask your trainer, because they can calculate your target heart rate and accordingly tell you the duration that you need to work upon to burn those calories. Yeah. Now, we have here Rishi Falke, who is asking again, ideally how much weight should be lost in a month? Rishi, now that's again a nice question that you are asking. Basically, we are looking, ideally when you say a weight loss, I would say weight loss which is going to be sustained. Weight loss which is going to be achieved in a month should be anywhere between 3 to 5 kg, because that would vary from person to person. But yes, an approximation of 3 to 5 is a good target that you can take. Also remember, if you have a higher body fat percent, you will lose weight faster. If you're somewhere closer, your weight loss can be a little slow. However, taking that only into consideration, keeping a target of 3 to 5 per month is a very good target. Manan is asking a question, how many calories does one need daily? Now Manan, the calories daily that we need for an average Indian person would be anywhere in the range of 1800 to 2100, but again this would depend upon your activity level, upon whether you're doing exercises, your percent of body fat and your percent of muscle in the body. Now Ajit is asking a question, I'm looking to lose weight but I have idli in the morning. Is idli alright for weight loss? As we mentioned earlier, Ajit, there is no food that is bad for weight loss or good. It is basically working on the portion control. If you are having idlis in the morning, you can continue. Maybe if you are having chutney, however, with it, you can change it to sambar and try and include more vegetables in the sambar. That should do good. Now we have one more question here. Mr. Jha is asking how to go for walk on a cold winter morning. Mr. Jha, you need to start with your goal. Somewhere you have to do it. So when you put the alarm clock in the morning, don't put the snooze button on. Just do it. Don't say ki I need 5 minutes extra. Let me do tomorrow. As we say, it's now or never. So just get up and just move out of the house, and there you will go on your walk in the morning. So that shouldn't stop you. We have another question from Supriya. Are paneer and cheese not fatty food? Supriya, of course, if you see, paneer is basically, both the products are coming from milk. So, the percent of fat in milk would depend on the type of milk we are using. If you take paneer from whole milk or buffalo milk, it would be definitely high in fat percent. But if you compare that with a skim milk paneer, the percent of fat is going to be lesser. So, it's not only the food, it is how it is being processed that is important. Also, we should remember that certain foods do have high calories, but again, as we said earlier, portion is important. Tomorrow, even if paneer and cheese is high in fat, if we take the low fat version or the skim milk version, it would be lesser. That doesn't mean you eat these things throughout the day. There has to be variety. So if you're taking it as 1 ounce of cheese in a day, that shouldn't do any harm. In fact, that would be good because you will get also with that good quality protein. Now, Veera Mani is asking a question that she is hypothyroid and she is having osteoporosis. She's lost 5.5 kg in 10 days through walking plus diet. Still, I want to shed another 10 kgs. Would you recommend working out in gym or just continue walking plus control diet? Veera Mani, the fact that you have lost 5.5 kgs in 10 days is something that I'm really thinking about. I would really like to know what diet are you following, because I hope you are not going on a crash diet or very low calorie diet, because this would cause a loss of nutrients, especially when you're osteoporotic. The calcium intake and the phosphorus intake needs to be balanced well. So this rapid weight loss shouldn't aggravate your health issues. I would strongly recommend you to meet someone qualified and work on your next goal of 10 kg, and you really need to check your levels of serum calcium, because you are having osteoporosis, and when you're talking about this kind of a loss, we really need to check the diet that's been followed. Ankush is asking, should we drink water during workouts? Ankush, that's a very nice question. As we said during the course of webinar, water is required, especially during exercises, because during exercise what happens, Ankush? We generally sweat, there is a loss of water. So if you want to replace the hydration levels, you should replace the hydration levels, so you need to take small sips of water throughout your workout. Now Shubhi is asking a question, will Zumba dance form help in getting rid of unwanted body fat in my body? Shubhi, that's a very good question. Zumba is a dance that's catching up like fire. It's basically a fitness dance or a fitness workout as we know. It's a very high tempo dance. It's actually a kind of exercise if you say. That's why it's known as a fitness workout dance party, right? In that we have a warm up kind of thing. Then we really go at a high tempo, and there is also cool down. The calories that you burn are amazing in a Zumba workout, and yes, it would definitely help you to lose unwanted fat in the body. Supriya is asking a question, how many days can we preserve sprouts? Okay, Supriya, sprouts you can preserve in the refrigerator. You have to basically, once the thing has sprouted, you need to dry it. Ensure that there is no moisture, otherwise it will get spoiled. You can keep it in the refrigerator after sprouting easily for 3 to 4 days. The fresh you take, the better, but I understand with modern lifestyle it might become difficult. But even after sprouting for 3 days is a good time period. You can easily use it to add on more protein and fiber to your meals. So that's really good. Now Supriya is again asking a question, do massages and steam baths help in weight loss? Supriya, see, in the process of weight loss, as we saw, you need to work on your eating pattern, exercises, and follow various stuff. Massages basically help to improve blood circulation. They help you to eliminate toxin from the body. When the blood circulation improves, the tissues get the nutrients from the blood. There is an improved oxygen supply which helps you to get a good tone to your skin. Steam baths basically would help you to again improve blood circulation, and it also helps you refresh after your workouts. And after workouts, if there are any pains or aches, the steam bath would help you to relax there. So in that ways, it is like a add-on thing which is there. That doesn't mean that only doing massages and steam bath will help you lose weight. You need to follow an approach of eating healthy, and as we said, adding activity or having an active lifestyle. Now we have another question about weight loss. Can I do a fad diet or a crash diet and lose weight? As I mentioned initially also, I would never recommend anyone to follow a crash diet, because as the name suggests, I feel crash diet will crash your system. It will, it will basically make you weaker rather than fitter. You might lose weight, you might have a drastic weight loss, but what is the use if you don't feel energetic, if you don't feel, good throughout the day, if you don't have the energy to do your day-to-day activities? Plus, the minute you stop, it's going to come on. So, is it healthy? Not at all. Is it fruitful? Not at all. Are you going to maintain weight? Not at all. Then why do it? Why subject your body to something that will harm you? Instead, be focused, achieve weekly goals, and have your target of weight loss achieved. Now, there's another question. Are carbohydrates bad for weight loss? I would never say that. Carbohydrates are basically the energy givers, as I call it in a simple language. So when you're losing weight, when you're doing activity, when you're trying to be active, you do require carbohydrates. The only thing here is choose complex carbohydrates rather than choosing simple carbohydrates, because they'll give you energy for a longer time period. So there is no need to remove carbohydrates from the diet. You need to replace simple carbohydrates with complex ones. Okay, now Puru is asking, how effective is strength training for weight loss, and any tips on resistance to be used? Puru, strength training is very important for weight loss, because when we talk about losing weight, what are we looking at? We are looking at burning calories from the body, right? Now, burn of calories would happen if you have a good amount of lean body mass. Now, how would lean body mass be developed in the body? With strength training. So yes, strength training is important for weight loss. Any tips on resistance to be used? Puru, for this, however, I would ask you to take help from your trainer, because that would vary from an individual to individual, because there is no set rule. Every body has a typical, resistance or a typical capacity. So your trainer would be your good guide here, and he would train you accordingly. Divya is asking a question. I have PCOS, that is polycystic ovarian syndrome, and I am overweight by 20 kgs. I have been trying to lose weight for a year now, but to no avail. Please help. Current weight is 70 kgs, height is 5'2". Divya, now you're mentioning you are already having PCOS. I would like to know whether you're taking a treatment for it. Having PCOS is nowadays, we have seen it's rising with weight gain. With weight loss, your PCOS thing would also get solved, because what happens is, once during PCOS, we have seen there is insulin resistance developing. With insulin resistance developing, your utilization of calories is going to get hampered. So this again causes gaining weight, and when you're overweight also, the process adds up. So it's a vicious cycle. You can definitely get very good results, and you would get improvement even in the PCOS. I would suggest you to visit on to one of our branches where we can help you out, or you can log on, and you can log on our website, and we'll get in touch with you, Divya, because at the moment I don't know where you're located, but just log on and we'll help you for sure. Supriya is asking a question. 8 months back, she was 67 kgs. Then, over a period of 5 months, she's lost 4.5 kgs. I came to losing 100 to 200 gram per day. Then, over the past 3 months, I have increased the intensity and duration of exercise, but have lost only 1.5 kg over 3 months. What should I do? Okay, Supriya, first of all, let me congratulate you for trying to lose weight and being regular with your exercises. That's really nice. As we had mentioned during webinar, at times your body gets adapted to the process. It doesn't show some result, or it slows down, but that's okay. I would suggest, if you're doing this by yourself, if you can, or if you're doing in a gym, there are two things. If you're in a gym, you can speak to your fitness manager or your trainer about this. We need to give you a little variation here. If you're doing it by yourself, if you're following a particular activity pattern, maybe you can change it. Maybe, if you're just going for a walk, you can start with adding dance if you like dancing. That will give your body a total change. Maybe you can add that as an activity for thrice a week, 20 minutes duration, which should be good. Also, I would suggest you to make a diary and note down your food pattern. Is there something that is going haywire, or is it the same? Because once you lose weight, your body weight has come down, your caloric need is also going to reduce. So we need to work on that also. So I would suggest you either take help of a professional counselor, or a dietitian who can help you to work that out. So that would surely help you and take you again to your target of weight loss. Now we have a question here. It's very interesting. How long will it take for me to lose weight if I follow all the instructions that you have suggested? Basically, it would depend on what kind of weight loss you are looking, whether you just have few kgs to lose or you have a long way to go. I would suggest you to visit a place where we can get your BMI analysis done to understand your need, and accordingly it can be decided. As I said earlier, stick to easier option of around 3 to 5 kg per month, and based on that you can calculate how much time it would take to lose weight. Now, another question is, how many calories would I burn if I do a treadmill for 20 minutes? Now this, as I had said earlier, it would depend on the time and the speed. If you're doing for 20 minutes, you need to check at what speed you're working at. Some people might burn anywhere between 90 calories, whereas if you're on an incline, it can go up to 150, 120 calories. Yeah. Now, any more questions? Yeah. Shubhi is asking, any specific weight loss exercise for diabetic patients? How effective are weight loss medicines? Would you suggest intake of these pills? Shubhi, that's a very nice question, especially nowadays when people want easy solutions. I wouldn't recommend any weight loss medicines or any weight loss pills at all, because whatever medications are there, we really wouldn't know whether it is safe in the long run or what are the side effects. I'm sure no one wants to play with their bodies, right? So avoiding these pills is the first thing. Second, when we talk about weight loss exercise for diabetes patient, starting on an activity is very important. The minute they start working on activity, the need for insulin, if they are on insulin, or the need for their oral hypoglycemic drugs would decrease. The effect of exercise is also there for a longer time, so it will help them to achieve a good glycemic control, as we call it, and they can start with exercises. But very important thing for diabetic is they need to wear socks, they need to use powder or antifungal powder in between the toes, and use shoes, and then start with their walk, because any injury is not good. It would take time to get healed. So, any other questions? Okay. With this, we come to an end of our webinar. And now, with this, we come to an end of our webinar. I thank you all for participating in